let's talk about HRT, the benefits and the risks, did we say?
Yes, yes.
The risks and the benefits. Okay. So I want to first start with asking you a few questions, then I've got other questions. So what is the difference between synthetic HRT, right, body identicals and bioidenticals? This is what we get asked all the time.
So synthetic basically means man-made, you know, and it is something which is to mimic the body's own estrogen and progesterone or anything, you know. It's something that sort of mimics. It's and that's why it's called synthetic. It's a bit like if you think about silk is a natural fiber, and then polyester is synthetic. You know, it's man-made. So so synthetic are not the same hormones that our body are producing, but they do a similar thing to it. Right. So they have a similar effect. Now, going on to bioidentical. Yeah. So bioidentical, they are similar to what our body produces. So they are very, I suppose, natural hormones. However, they are marketed in a way that they are said that they are very personal to you because they're compounded, made specifically in a pharmacy, but no one really knows how much, how little, and it's not regulated. It doesn't have any sort of study and data behind it. Yes, women do say they feel better. Some women do say they feel better, but I also see a lot of women in my clinic who spent a lot of money going there and not getting the results I need. Now, body identical. So what bioidentical means is bio technically means it's chemically similar to our body.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. But those are non-regulated ones. Body identical.
Can I just ask? Can anyone give anyone then that? Do you have to be a doctor?
I mean, I think you probably do have to be a doctor to prescribe them because they are actual hormones and they are, you know, medications because so it's not like a herbal treatment or something like that. So I think you would have to be a doctor. But my point is, because they're not regulated and we don't know all the science behind them, it's although they've been around for years, it's not that they're just new. They've been around for sort of more than 20 years, you know, as far as I know. So I think that's what bioidentical are, and bio just means chemically similar to our body. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
And body identical hormones, technically they are bioidentical, but we don't call them bioidentical because of that market, and we call them body identical because that then distinguishes them between the regulated and the non-regulated. So body identical are technically regulated bioidentical hormones. So that's another way. So that's another way.
Made in a laboratory, and you know what each pump is and how much and everything. And also another thing just to point out, I mean, you know, is that bioidenticals is bloody expensive. Really expensive.
I mean, one of the things is, you know, I've often had people say to me, you know, it's really hard for them to afford a private doctor. But, you know, so the body identicals you can get from your GP. So so that's
what I mean. So the body, you can get them. That's what I mean. But with the bio also, and I don't really want to talk about it for much longer because I'm not a big advocate for them, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm going to take body identicals until the day I die. Okay. So I'm going to take it until whatever age I am. But with the, you know, but I did do bio, of course, because I've done the whole journey, everyone. So, you know, I've tried synthetic, I've done bio, I've done body. Throughout my 6 years, I've given it good goes, good long 6, 7, 8 months of these things. So I know how I felt and what I didn't feel and stuff. So, and for me, it was just all I got out of it as I just ticked the box that every few months it was a few £100s. £100 for testosterone, £100, you know, and I'm like, how can I go on a website and talk about this? And there's 18 million women going through the menopause. How are they supposed to afford this? It's just like, I just look like a twat, really, just to go, everyone, just do this, you know?
Well, I mean, I think just to put it into perspective, when people talk about hormones, and especially, you know, I know you love estrogen. So in our body, there are 3 different types of estrogen in our body. Estradiol, estrone, and estriol. Now, estradiol, 17-beta estradiol, is 90% of our body's estrogen. And, you know, body identicals are made of that. Whereas the bioidenticals do combine the other two, but those aren't really as active and as, and they only make 10% of our bodies, you know, sort of. So I think
I just learned something new, everyone. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
when I learn something new.
So yeah,
it's 90% estradiol.
Yeah,
okay.
90%.
I always wondered why you used to say estradiol. I just thought maybe it's the make.
No, and what happens is during menopause, it's that component of the estrogen that dips much more so than the other. So post-menopause or, you know, perimenopause, we tend to have a bit more of that, relatively a bit more of the other two, because the estradiol has dipped so much. So that's why we get those symptoms, mainly because estradiol has dipped so much. So that's what we need to feel bad. Yeah,
that's really good to know. And okay, so I've got lots of questions here. This is a good one. I had a hysterectomy at 20. Will it affect my bones if I haven't taken HRT?
Yes. So we talked about this last week, didn't we? About early menopause and primary ovarian insufficiency. So you've basically, because you had a hysterectomy, you've gone into surgical menopause. So I'm hoping that your doctor may have given you the combined pill, or giving you some HRT. A lot of younger women don't like the idea of going on to HRT in their 20s because it, you know, it does have slightly negative connotations. They want to fit in with the friends around them. So often they will go onto the combined pill, the contraceptive pill. So hopefully if you've gone on either of those, then your bones will be okay. But usually you should have a bone scan regularly. Otherwise, you definitely need to go and see a doctor and osteoporosis.
Brilliant. Okay. Hi there. Thanks for the HRT story. Would you be able to discuss patches on Friday? Just a little confused by them.
Well, so let's find some patches. So this is one brand of patch. That's an estrogen only patch.
Okay.
So you know, there are lots of patches out there. Most of them tend to be estrogen only, but you can get the combined ones which have estrogen and progesterone in them.
Okay,
If you have the estrogen only patch, you do need some progesterone with it if you've not had a hysterectomy. So if you've still got a womb, you need to have some progesterone. So I usually prescribe micronized progesterone alongside it, and it depends whether or not you are, you know, sort of your periods have stopped totally, or if you're still getting periods, depending on which sort of regimen or that you prescribe. Okay.
So is it certain days on and certain days off? Yeah.
So if you a lot of women, if you are perimenopausal, you've still got periods. You know, you're still, even if they might be irregular, you're still getting periods. So what you tend to do is what we call a sequential regimen, which is that you'll have your estrogen, whether it's like this or in your gel. Like, if I feel like I'm doing an advert. Your gel or your you'll take that every single day. But then your progesterone, you'll put that in what we call sequentially, only for half the month, 12 to 14 days. Okay. And then you will have a period at the end of it. Okay. Right. So a bit like when you were, if anybody was ever on the combined pill, you would have a period at the end of your 21 days. It would be called a withdrawal bleed. And that's effectively what we're doing with the combination of this. And women like that because it gives them a bit more control and they know when their period is coming, rather than here, there and everywhere. Okay. And if you are somebody who has not had a period for 12 months, then we put you on what we call a continuous regimen, where you take this and this every single day, so you don't have to have a period. So you wouldn't have a period. So you'd have a period-free regimen.
Perfect. I get that. Oh, that poor lady just said she's got osteoporosis of the spine. The one who said she hadn't had any. So that's what I'm saying, ladies out there, be really careful, because 1 out of 2 women get osteoporosis. Okay, let's just ask. Hi, Meg. I wonder if you could ask Dr. Harper this question. I'm 59, been through most symptoms of the menopause. Who knew there were so many? Just managed by myself. I'm on estradiol pessaries. I've been thinking about HRT to protect my future health. Or have I left it too late? Please don't say my name, as some of my family follow you too. Thank you.
So I mean, it would be interesting to know what other symptoms that you've got, but in a nutshell, if you are under the age of 60, it's quite safe for you to go onto HRT. Okay.
Right.
And the NICE guidelines say within 10 years of your last period or under the age of 60. So you have not left it too late. And especially if you are somebody with a history of osteoporosis, then, you know, it would be a good indication for you to go on. And we even know that putting women onto a low dose HRT, even in their 60s and 70s, to protect their bones is a good enough reason.
Right. Because I tell you, so someone messaged me and said they were 55, they went to their GP, and their GP said, I'm really sorry, she wanted testosterone. She's a very active lady. And they said, sorry, you're too old to be referred to a menopause clinic at 55.
No, absolutely wrong. This week, I saw a lady who is 82 on estrogen and testosterone and has been on it for 42 years.
I love that. I'm 46. I'm been on, is it Femiston?
Yep.
For almost 12 months. It's a continual tablet you take every day. 2 weeks a white tablet, 2 weeks grey. I'm sure you know that one of 10 milligrams. This alleviates my awful fatigue, sweats and moods almost instantly. But this lady, 3 months, my fatigue is back worse than ever. And I seem to have been having constant thrush. I've been bleeding now really heavy for almost 2 weeks and I have really bad cramps. I can't get in to see the doctor at the moment due to everything going on. But I was just wondering if you could possibly have any advice, please. The doctor said initially that they could never diagnose perimenopause, but my symptoms suggest it. I was suffering so much for 12 months before they put me on this. I'm feeling pretty pants right now. Thank you for reading this if you have time.
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. Femiston is an oral brand of HRT. It's actually one that I quite like because it's just as safe from a breast cancer point of view as taking the gel and the progesterone. So it's and what I like about it also is that there are different strengths of it. So I'm going to say I think you need more. You need a higher strength, because of, you know, your symptoms are coming back. Also, you're getting recurrent thrush, and people get thrush and vaginal dryness down there because of the drop in estrogen. So you know, you and I both know that the fact is your symptoms don't stay static throughout your perimenopause, postmenopause. No. You know, you do need adjustment of dosages. So in a nutshell, that's what I'm thinking. You know that. But obviously, I don't know you totally, so I have to do a bit of a disclaimer. I always have to do a disclaimer. But,
I'm always saying that as well.
Yeah, you have to.
Don't do this. Please go to see your doctor. I am not a doctor.
Yeah.
I just don't want someone coming back as well. If it was in the USA, we wouldn't even be doing these.
No.
Right, now next one. Okay. Hi Meg, I love your videos. I'm on HRT, estrogen patches and antidepressants to lift my mood. I have a coil-in, but I'm now thinking maybe I should come off the antidepressants and try testosterone, because I really don't find the antidepressants do anything. I always feel wrecked, no enthusiasm to do anything at all. How long did it take you to come off antidepressants? Thank you for your help. Love you, Insta. Okay, so for me, everyone, I came off I came off them cold turkey, but don't do that, anybody. Please go and see your doctor, and then usually what they do is whatever milligrams you're on, you just come down, don't you, slowly, like 1 week 10 to 5, 5 to 2.5.
Or you take alternate days, you know, it depends on which brand of antidepressant.
Okay, yeah, that's true, yeah. I mean, I was on citalopram and years ago, and I just came off them. But I was away in Turkey doing a juice fast, so I really didn't have to worry about anything. I didn't have work, I didn't have kids, I didn't have a dog. So I just thought, you know what, if I'm up or down, or I'm getting like the occasional electric shock, which I read about, and zapping and weirdness and, you know, couldn't speak and stuff like this, I was all right because I was doing a juice fast for 10 days. And then I started taking the CBD which has yours arrived yet?
Not yet.
Hiya, I'm on HRT 3.2 milligrams. I've been on them for about 3 years. I'm 47 and it stopped my hot flushes and night sweats. They were very severe. I've put on 2 stone on the same time as going on the patches. The last couple of weeks, the hot flushes have come back, and now I've had to put a towel back on the bed to lay on. And now I'm size 16, clothes are getting tight. I'm feeling shit emotionally and totally out of control of my body. In your experience, do you think I need to get on a higher dose?
Okay, so did you say 3.2 milligrams?
Milligrams, does that make sense?
No.
Yeah, it says I'm on an HRT patch, 3.2 milligrams.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure what that is. Usually their patches are sort of 50, 40, 50, 25,
oh, okay.
37.
Maybe she's just written it wrong.
Maybe she's saying 37.5.
It does say 32 milligrams. I won't put her name will come up. Okay, so well, we'll just say she probably, so say we'd say she's on 37.
Yeah, so it sounds like if her symptoms are coming back, that she's got night sweats, and she's worried about that she's gaining weight. To me, it sounds like she's probably again on a low dose, because I know people think that when they go onto hormones, they're going to gain weight, but actually, if your hormones are in balance, you're not going to gain weight. You're going to lose weight, because what your body is doing when your hormones are low, because they can only produce estrogen from your ovaries or fat. It's trying to sort of create more fat so that it can make more estrogen.
Yeah.
So maybe that you need more. Plus, it might be that you might need a bit of testosterone to boost your metabolism. So there are a few things going on, and also get your thyroid checked out. Could it be that you've got an underactive thyroid alongside all of this? Because if you've got underactive thyroid, that makes you gain weight. And I totally get it. When you're gaining weight, when your body shape is changing and you feel it's out of control, then your mood does dip, and you do feel rubbish.
Yeah, you do, because I put on weight in the lockdown, and I felt awful, and you feel, you just feel, honestly, you do feel a bit depressed. You feel like, oh my God, and it's just an ongoing battle, because the minute that you want to tell yourself, okay, like, I'm going to diet, that word I know everyone hates and I hate, but all right, I'm going to eat healthy, it's like, you just don't, do you know what I mean? And it takes, it's so easy to go on, and it's so hard to get off. And so, like I say, you just do little steps, because anything big, like, I want to beat myself up. I'm terrible. And I'm an advocate to say it all, but I walk past that mirror naked to go to the toilet in the morning and go, ooh, God, and it's really bad. Yeah. It is a really bad thing to do. You shouldn't do that. But, we're all women. We're 54. We're in that menopause, and we should just, love ourselves and really just I'm just blessed that I've not had COVID, and anyone else out there, send my love to you all. But, like Richie Swan says, just one body, one life. So let's get it fit. Let's get that weight off. Let's just, and also I wanted everyone to know, I have had night sweats for the last 4 nights, okay? 4 nights I've been up. I've been, not drenched.
No.
But I am damp. So, I have days, it's not always perfect. Just want everyone to know. I mean, I have days. I am going to, I'm not brilliant all the time. I have days, like I said, the last 4 nights I've not slept. I've had the shittiest sleep the last week, like maybe 4 or 5 hours at the most. Yeah. And I'm waking up wet, and I'm tossing and turning, I'm having weird dreams, and and I just know that it's my body, and it's just readjusting for another, set, and then I will feel all right again. You just got to think this is, just one day at a time. It's not forever.
Yeah, and the thing with HRT, it's not going to make you feel constant all the time. Life is not constant. No. And that's, as you've just said about your night sweats, but then they may well settle down.
Yeah, they will. I know. I'm not freaking out.
And I'm saying to you, I don't feel that bubbly, that kind of.
No, see,
I feel a bit in that
dip as well today. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what I felt like last week.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to remember that medication doesn't keep you on a, doesn't constant.
Everybody remember that. I tried to fix that for years.
Yeah. But also, life is boring if it was just, sort of bland, in that way. And a lot of it is in your head, in the sense of when you're thinking about how you feel about yourself. I think we're very hard on ourselves sometimes.
Yeah, too hard. We're not supermodels. We're not Victoria, and I'm not 23. You know, I try hard to think, you know, get my head around it. But, you know, if you accept yourself, I'm finding this every day when I do that 2-hour walk and I get very mindful and I'm just like, you know, for instance, I'm doing this Insta Live. Yeah, I have got a filter on everyone. I found that you could use a filter today.
Oh
So
my
I have got a
God,
filter.
I didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah, they're at the bottom. Look. Why do you think I look as smooth as a baby's bum? Look.
Well, you
At the
didn't share that
bottom.
with
Look
me,
right at the
Meg.
bottom. Can you see them there? That's what I mean. I found the filters today because I saw someone do it. Look, I mean, if I do that, can you see? Look, I don't usually
I'll
look
be
that way.
unfiltered. I want to be the unfiltered person. Then
Okay, you be the unfiltered, yeah. But you've got really good genes, so we'll let you. That's why I had to do. I was just like, no, I'm not coming on there again with these English genes. But I'm saying, you know, it's what did I say? Yeah, so I just, you know, coming on to do these Insta lives. The truth of it is that I was like, oh my God, you know what? Look, I mean that it, you know, my nails. But then you know what? For me, it's been really liberating because I've had no excuse. I couldn't say to anyone, you know what I mean, like to my team, I'm not going to do these. Oh God, you know, I would never have done this before. I was number one, too vain, but it was just like, God, I have to keep Megsmenopause going. I have to. Women are out there. They need me to be serviced. At this time, the most, they want to know how they're feeling. And my nails have grown naturally. Yeah. I've got no fake lashes on. I've got no things. I've got no Botox, no fillers, no anything. And I feel fantastic.
I know. I think this has been really quite nice for a lot of women to feel free of all of those things that they felt they had to do.
Yeah. Well, can we just clear this up? Breast cancer and HRT, yeah. That just came up then.
I know.
Please.
I wanted to talk about that.
I think, yeah, we should, because, you know, it's what I thought. Okay, so my story was, if you said the word HRT to me, I got this bubble that said cancer there. And I basically, like everyone else, thought the word estrogen dominant.
Yes, I remember you said.
Yeah. So I think that estrogen causes breast cancer.
Okay.
Because you hear that word alongside it.
And I think also because when you're taking the contraceptive pill, you're being told at that point as well that estrogen is a reason may cause breast cancer. But let me just sort of roll it back.
Let's go all the way back.
Let's roll it back. So, you know, breast cancer is a common occurrence. 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer in their lifetime. So it is very, very common. And the risk when you are a 50-year-old woman is 23 women in 1,000 will get breast cancer over a 5-year period. Okay, so 23 in 1,000 will get breast cancer over 5 years.
5 years, okay.
So I think HRT has been given a really bad press because of the studies in 2000, 2001. And one of the things is those women were much older when they went into the study. They were 63. So that's why then the studies were stopped. And that's when HRT got given this bad name with regards to breast cancer and HRT. And those were synthetic versions. But, you know, if we go back to 23 in 1,000 women will get breast cancer over 5 years. If you are a woman who drinks 2 glasses of wine every night, your risk becomes 23 plus 5 over the 5 years. So over the 5 years. So that's 5 extra cases. If you are a woman on HRT, it's 23 plus 4. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So if you are a woman who smokes cigarettes, it's 23 plus 7. And if you are a woman who is obese, it is 23 plus 24. Okay. So obesity is a bigger risk factor for breast cancer than HRT. And we know that the highest rates of obesity are in women between the ages of 45 and 54. In the UK alone, 37% of women are obese in that age range. So 1/3 of women. So I have this conversation with women saying, look, you don't want to go onto HRT. You're saying you're scared because of breast cancer. But you're telling me you're gaining weight. You don't have the energy or motivation to exercise. Mm-hmm. So, you know, left to your own devices, if you carry on this way, your weight's going to creep up. And that's actually going to put you at a higher risk of breast cancer than going on to HRT. And HRT is going to give you a better quality of life. So really, we need to put those risks into perspective. Everyone's individual and different. You know, if you are a woman who is fit, healthy, doesn't smoke, normal body weight, then your risk is 23 minus 7 over a 5-year
Wow.
period of breast cancer. So, I mean, there are obviously factors. In some people, you know, there are genetic factors in the sense of, you know, family history. You may have an estrogen receptor positive, not dominant, positive.
Oh, positive. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Or you might have, you know, the BRCA genes, you know, which put you at a higher risk. Then obviously, you know, you know, HRT may not be for you, and we need to sit down and talk about other options for you.
Yeah.
But on the whole, let's put it into perspective. Let's not write it off because we're worried about breast cancer. The other thing to remember is that actually heart disease kills 6 times more women than breast cancer does. Okay, so more women die of heart disease than women die of breast cancer. And I think one of the reasons why that's not being told, or people don't realize that, is because it tends to happen more around the age of late 60s, 70. Plus with breast cancer, it's a more obvious change, isn't it, to our outward body and, you know, femininity and sexuality. So I think I'm not belittling breast cancer. You know, I always advocate people to examine their breasts. And, you know, one of the things is, if you have a look in Cosmo this week, there are 6 top tips on managing your health during lockdown that I've written, and one of those is examine your breath in the shower. You know, sort of
Can you explain how to do it? Because I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Let me put my box down.
Yeah.
And maybe I was going to say. Oh, sorry, that's a bit too much there. So I often say, look, divide it into quadrants.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you ever watched Play School and you saw the square window.
Yeah.
But think about it like a clock. That's 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I usually say, using these 4 fingers.
Yeah.
Okay. Start at 12 and then work your way around.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you go into the nipple.
Yeah.
And then you go up into the armpit.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
So it's a really easy way of doing it. So
there and then and up. Okay.
Okay, so that's an easy way of doing it, because I can't believe I did that and showed it to everybody.
It's all for women's health.
I didn't quite think that, you know, my boobs were going to be on.
No, you can't really see. He couldn't really see.
No. So
it was fine. Don't worry.
So yeah, so that's the way to do it, and I would say do it at least every month or so, 4 to 6 weeks. The shower's a nice place to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I do a lot of things in the shower. One of the things I also do is, you know, doing my stretches in the shower. You know, sort of releasing my shoulders, you know, under the hot water. And that's one of the other things to do. So so I think you know, don't forget that. And I always say, if you're on HRT, you do need to
because you know what, I've not checked myself for, I don't know, about 2 years. They only got checked last time I went and when I saw my GP.
Well, I hope next week when we meet that you're going to have checked yours.
Yes, I will have told you all. Yes, but I'll be like lumps and bumps, and you'll be going, no, that's a gland. Meg. Right? What does it say? Do you want to answer? Oh, it's gone. Is it up your side? I've got really lumpy boobs on HRT. I came off it for that reason.
So that's one of the reasons to examine your breast, because when you examine your breast, you get a feel for what is your normal. Okay, so then you get a feel for what is your breast tissue, because everybody's can feel a little bit different. And so if you then feel that sort of lumps and bumps which are out of the normal for you, then you know that you need to get them checked out. So if it was all that you got lumpy breasts or lumpy boobs, and they're totally benign or harmless lumps, then that's not really a reason to come off it. It's just more to keep an eye on things and more so.
Right, let's look. Hi Meg, I'm 46. I think I'm peri. Our last blood test showed levels, but my GP did not discuss much with me. She said the levels can go up and down, so it's hard to monitor. I'm pretty sure, there are no menopause clinics in Ireland, and GPs don't seem to know or want to discuss menopause, which is quite frustrating. Perhaps a well woman clinic will give better advice. What do you think?
Yes, it may do. You know, I mean, it's better than nothing, isn't it? It's, you know, if you wanted to go somewhere in Ireland, then it's better than nothing in the sense of GP can't do it. But it does sound very much like, you know, if you're 46 and you've got symptoms, irrespective of what your numbers are, that it does sound like you're perimenopausal.
Yeah, and they're probably just checking a FSH, probably. Yeah,
just the FSH.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. We've got anything else? Okay, myth: is HRT made from mare's urine?
So going back to the studies in 2001, and when I say that they were synthetic HRT, it did used to be made of, yes, horse's urine. But nowadays, no.
How much did they have to collect? That's so awful. I wouldn't have been able to take that.
I really don't know. I mean,
it's like, what do they have? Horse farms? That's very bizarre, isn't it? Okay, weight gain and HRT. No, there's not weight gain. We've just talked about that, Samantha.
But these ones are made out of yam. So when we say natural, they're made from yam. I mean, don't know quite how they do it, but so definitely not horse's urine.
Brilliant, because I get that all the time, because I read that a few times and people have DM'd, and I just was like, that's what I need to know whether. So the old one was,
and we don't prescribe those. I don't think any doctor prescribes them.
Okay, there's a question. Can you read that one? Is it?
How do you know what type of HRT you need? I've got a Mirena coil, but this is not enough. So the Mirena coil only has a progestogen on it, levonorgestrel. So you're not getting estrogen through your Mirena coil. So absolutely, you're right. You're not getting enough hormones, and you need to add in at least some estrogen. And then at some point, in discussion, maybe some testosterone might also be needed. But at least step one would be you need to have some estrogen.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. A yam is like a banana from the West Indies. Someone didn't know, and I should actually explain that. I just assumed everyone knew what a yam was. Okay, so it's like a plantain, isn't it? Like it's a yam, it's like a form of a green banana.
Yeah, so it's
Is it not? Am I right?
It's a vegetable.
Yeah, it's a vegetable. Okay. A yam, or is it like a potato?
I think you mean more potato, because
is it a yam, a potato?
Yeah, more like that.
Okay, so I've got it wrong. A plantain is the green banana. Okay, yes, a yam is like a sweet potato, isn't it? Thank you, Dr. Harper. Yeah, you're right. It's like a sweet potato, but it is. I've had it in the Caribbean. It's very, it's one of their main source of foods out there. So they're probably all fine, aren't they? Out there. Okay, hormone treatment for osteoporosis. We've done that one.
So osteopenia.
Osteopenia, yeah.
It's a stage before osteoporosis. Okay, so yes, you should be on HRT treatment. But not only that, but you should also, at this point, you can correct things through diet, calcium, vitamin D, exercise, weight-bearing exercises. Those are all really important for bone health. So yes, HRT plus all of the other things that we've talked about as well. The vitamin D, calcium, weight-bearing exercises.
Right. Just want to get the what's the testosterone, the fem. Androfem from you. Can they just get that from you? Can they see you to get an appointment to get that?
Yes, I mean,
okay, great.
You still do need an appointment. You still need to go through your medical history and see if it's appropriate.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Because I've had some women that DM me and said that of course they've got their estrogen and their estrogen, but they're just not referring people to menopause clinics, and they really want this, so they can have appointments with you.
So I often get, like you've just said, that they might be getting some of their HRT from their GP, but then the testosterone aspect they come and see me about.
That's great, because I had loads. I had about 12 of those. So yeah, okay, great. So they can DM you on your Instagram. And what's your? Do you want to say? Have you got email or whatever?
It's really easy. It's info@theharperclinic.com.
There you go. info@theharperclinic.com. That's so easy. Yeah. Okay then. Can't have HRT breastfeeding 14 months.
No, I wouldn't.
Neely, it's you again. You've asked Dr. Harper before.
but you might have vaginal dryness, but you can have some estrogen pessaries if that's the main reason that you want to go have your HRT. Because a lot of women, when they're breastfeeding, I don't know if you know this, but their estrogen levels drop quite a lot when you're breastfeeding, and so they get a lot of vaginal dryness and recurrent thrush and urinary tract and painful sex. So so some estrogen pessaries might be a good thing for you.
So if you go for a wee a hell of a lot, that's probably one of the things. Okay, you know who I'm talking about, who's out there watching, listening. So, and she can't take estrogen then because of the baby would take it in. Is that right?
Because it'll go out through the breast milk. So you do have to be careful. And so Yeah, so you couldn't have estrogen at that point, but you can have an estrogen pessary. I'm sort of indicating, not that you can see me putting it inside, but I'm saying
yeah, down there, it's localized. Yeah, okay, great. And you can get those off your NHS. Yeah, and they're called Vegifem.
Veggie.
I say that wrong every time I say veggie.
I think I might even have one here to show you. Yeah, so here we go.
There you go.
The doorbell went. Sorry, the doorbell.
That's okay.
But that is Vegifem. So it comes like this. It's got a little pellet at the end, and you insert it in your vagina. Dexter, he thinks he's a guard dog. Sorry.
I know. Well, my big one does, but he is a guard dog. He scares everyone. Okay, shall we finish there? And then shall we meet next week? You free? I mean, midday?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we'll sort out.
And then me... It's all going off in the house. And then me and you will discuss over the weekend. I can't believe you got straight back to work. I was like exhausted lying there, and you went, what should we come up with? I was like, oh my God, she's at work. You're busy at work and you're getting ready for your face. Because you do Facebook Insta Live as well, don't you, on a Tuesday? Okay, and I was just like, wow. But yeah, should we talk over the weekend?
Yeah, so yes, on Tuesdays I'm going to sort of talk a bit more about HRT. People
brilliant. So if you want to go to Dr Harper's, go and join Dr Harper on her Facebook, and she'll be doing more of that.
Yeah, I quite like the fact that then I can kind of mop up some of the other questions from our Insta.
No, it's perfect. Do go back over there definitely, and get more info, and then me and you will come up with another topic. All right.
Will do.
Have a lovely weekend, Dr Harper. Loads of love. See you later. Bye.